Liverpool's transfer window has already been busy, but fresh developments suggest there could be even more movement on the horizon. With key areas of the squad still under review and top talent being monitored across Europe, the Reds are now weighing up a potential move that could disrupt the plans of one of their Premier League rivals. As things stand, the Anfield hierarchy appear ready to make a serious play. And this time, it's for a player who's been high on another club's radar all summer. So what has happened? Let's break it down, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Liverpool can await a decision from Alexander Isak on his future at Newcastle, with his club seemingly mapping out their contingency plan in Ekitike. Though the landscape has understandably shifted with minimal updates over the past week, Isak remains the dream target for Liverpool in the number 9 role. Whether the Swede can be prized from Newcastle remains to be seen, however, with it clear that Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards will be left to play a waiting game. Speaking on Sky Sports Backpages podcast, The Athletic's David Ornstein explained that while selling Isak is not on the agenda for Newcastle, they would need to see what he wants to do. That comes with their return to pre-season training this week, and talks likely to be held over the striker's future. The sale of Alexander Isak is not on the agenda for Newcastle. They want him to stay. They would love him to renew his contract, Ornstein explained. Many clubs would, I'm sure, like to sign him. We know of Arsenal's previous interest. Liverpool, I'm sure if the door was open, they would look to try and walk through it. But Newcastle don't intend to open the door, and even if they ever could be tempted to, the price would be extortionate. Talk of sort of £150 million. So let's see what he wants to do when they return to pre-season training and what his mindset is at. But for now, he's definitely there to stay. Interestingly, transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano has now named Newcastle as one of the clubs keen on Eintracht Frankfurt striker Ekitike. Ekitike is known to be of interest to Liverpool, but there has long been a sense that while the Frenchman would be eager to join the Premier League champions, he may not be their priority target. That would align with the belief that the focus will be on Isak, with any move for the likes of Ekitike or even RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko held off until the Newcastle striker resolves his immediate future. With Newcastle emerging as a candidate for Ekitike's signature, however, it could raise the prospect of the 23-year-old instead arriving at St James's Park as Isak's replacement. As they near a £55 million deal for Nottingham Forest winger Anthony Elanga and agree personal terms with Burnley goalkeeper James Trafford, it seems unlikely a club with notable PSR concerns would spend big on a centre-forward to compete with Isak. It is clearly a situation which could drag on, with many moving parts, including Liverpool's own proposed sale of Darwin Nunez to Napoli when their deal to sell Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray goes through. But with Ornstein not entirely closing the door to a sale, despite the insistence that Newcastle do not wish to part ways with Isak, it is a story that will only rumble on. Now, in a huge transfer hijack, Liverpool could be set to disrupt Arsenal's transfer plans with a bold move for Crystal Palace star Eberechi Eze as the Reds weigh up whether to make a concrete approach for the in-demand playmaker. The 27-year-old England international has become one of the most talked about names in the window following a sensational season for Palace, and Liverpool's interest is growing. Eze was the driving force behind Palace's history-making FA Cup triumph, scoring the decisive goal in the final against Manchester City and finishing the season with an outstanding 14 goals and 11 assists in 43 appearances. That kind of form has placed him firmly on the radar of top clubs, and with Liverpool already active in the market, the timing could be right. The Reds have spent heavily this summer, with just over £200 million already committed, including a big money move for German midfielder Florian Wirtz. Yet there's a sense that Liverpool aren't done, and Eze's profile fits the bill. A versatile, technically gifted attacker who can operate in midfield or out wide, he offers something different to what Liverpool currently have at their disposal. While Arsenal were believed to be leading the race for Eze, their pursuit has hit significant hurdles. The first is the financial demand from Crystal Palace, who are refusing to entertain offers below the full £68 million release clause, £60 million up front, with the rest in add-ons. The second is squad balance. Arsenal are targeting major moves for Martin Zubimendi and Victor Gyökeres, meaning they'd likely need to offload players before committing to Eze. Liverpool, on the other hand, have more tactical flexibility in how Eze could be used. Eze could slot in as either a number 10 or wide attacker in a fluid system. Adding further intrigue, the Reds are also exploring a move for Palace captain and centre-back Mark Guay, suggesting they're keeping close tabs on developments at Selhurst Park. No formal bid has been made by any club just yet, but Liverpool have been monitoring Eze for some time. The question now is whether they choose to act, especially with the player reportedly favouring a move to Arsenal if he leaves Palace this summer. Still, preferences can shift quickly if Liverpool show firm intent, and there's no doubt that Eze would be a headline addition to the Reds' summer rebuild. Should Liverpool step in and secure a deal, the script could hardly be written better. Eze's first appearance in red could come against his current club, with Liverpool due to face Crystal Palace in the Community Shield at Wembley on August 10th. It's a transfer that remains at the speculative stage, but with Arsenal entangled in complications and Liverpool still in the market for high-end quality, the door is open, and if the Reds decide to walk through it, they'll be doing so with purpose. In other news, the Darwin Nunez transfer saga is heating up, and it appears the next chapter could be written in Naples. After a turbulent spell at Liverpool, the Uruguayan striker is now on the brink of a fresh start. Speculation around his Anfield exit has been building steadily, but now, according to transfer insider Fabrizio Romano, things could be moving quickly. The catalyst? Victor Osimhen's impending departure from Napoli. Liverpool's stance has been firm from the outset. They've placed a £70 million valuation on Nunez, the same figure they stood by in January when Saudi side Al Nassr came knocking. Despite a season riddled with inconsistency, the Reds remain steadfast. There will be no discount. Under manager Arne Slot, Nunez's role diminished. He managed just 7 goals in 47 appearances during the 2024-25 season, and after his final start in March, he found himself out of favour. It's a stark contrast to the fanfare that greeted his arrival in 2022. Across 3 seasons, Nunez netted 40 times in 122 games. Flashes of promise, but never quite the sustained impact expected. Now, all signs point towards a parting of ways, with Napoli keen to make him the centerpiece of their new look attack. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.